So this is an artist no one haven't heard of before. But I was just like, okay. A little Christmas going for us.
There you go.
Yeah, isn't that amazing? In Christmas times, we'll be chilling and having a good time. Doesn't matter if the snow is falling or the wind blows and the rain is pouring. It will always be Christmas in my heart. But this year I wanna hang out with my friends and family.
So I got Restream up, Restream looking good.
There you go. There you go.
It's Christmas in my heart, and I can promise Santa's
There
coming
you, man.
to
Yeah. We gonna get into this
visit.
conversation
No, he wouldn't
today.
miss this in Christmas times.
All right. So, woo!
Here we go.
Here we go. What we are where? Now, what's happening?
What's happening?
We are there, man. We are there. All right. I'm gonna hit you with it. I'm gonna hit you. Leon, now what's happening?
It's that time of year. We're a week away. My son, he's got the countdown calendar for Christmas. But I think we've kind of lost touch with what's really going on.
All right.
Tonight's episode is the reason for the season.
The reason.
Corey, what do you think about that?
Wow. I had time to think about this. I have thinking of time because you know what? One, COVID. Okay.
Yeah.
Gave us time. But I think and after going through this Christmas shopping and trying to find things, and seeing how everyone is all hyped up, I think we lost the reason for the season. That it's not about gifts, it's not about the parties, it's not about what I'm gonna get, but it's about why we truly celebrate it, and that's because of Jesus. Now we might get a little churchy on this episode,
Yeah.
but being men of God, sometimes we need to just tell it like it is. And so
Tell it like
part
it-
of me,
yes.
I went to the store, right? I saw people fighting in the store over a toy. Now, mind you, right? It's 10 o'clock at night. Walmart. They fighting over a toy. And it made me think about this episode. Is it really about the toy?
I guess for them it is. Yeah.
It's really about the toy. So that's what I'm hoping. I'm hoping that we really remember what the season is all about. It's not about getting, it's about giving. It's not about how much money you spent. It might be how much money you gave away.
Right. Right.
And so I'm hoping that people remember that there's people who don't have that need, and that it's more than a commercial.
Right.
There's meaning behind the season. What you got? What you got? What you got?
I think this time we're on the same page. Usually this time of year, I use it as an opportunity to reflect.
Mm-hmm.
For most people, work is kind of slowed down, unless you work for Amazon or UPS, which is great. I'm glad people are on the job. But I use this time to reflect over the whole year, and especially with this COVID thing.
Yeah.
Hey, I caught COVID. My wife had COVID. My daughter had COVID. We all came out of that, and that is a blessing. and we were all vaccinated. So that's something to think about too. But we came out of that a little bit worse for wear, but we still came out of it. And we know a lot of people who didn't come out of it. So that adds an extra thank you during this time of year, and extra thank God and thank you, Jesus, during this time of year, because we've already opened our gifts with that being here and being able to wake up. So it is a blessing. We talked last week, I think it was, when we was talking about gifts and how we've come so far with these gifts, which is you kind of losing sight of it. But there's no question that obviously we're religious people, we're spiritual people. Jesus is the reason. Without him, that's how we're able to wake up. That's how we're able to look ahead and not back. It's just a blessing all the way around, and people need to realize, while they're fighting over gifts, they're not giving they're not giving God his due for giving them the opportunity to have the money to buy the gifts. All right. There's some people out there right now that's in these homeless shelters, that's on the streets.
Yeah.
They can't buy gifts, and they don't have anyone to buy gifts for them.
Yes.
So we need to be thinking so many different things. Somebody once said a closed fist can't let anything in. And so when you're giving, your hand is open. And, what's that, is better to give than receive? Well, you and I both know that when you give, you receive mightily. So we need to be thinking about that as well.
I'm really thankful for the season. I think, again, you hit it around the head. I think most people are not thankful enough for the season. One, we here, we woke up, we made it through the year. We actually have the ability to actually bless someone during the season, like we was blessed. Jesus didn't have to do it; he did it anyway. And so there's this thing about us, I think, not being thankful enough for the season. It's to me, I look at Christmas almost like Thanksgiving. I look at it like Thanksgiving, because when you look back, you like, man, I made it through. So now we have a time to do that, to celebrate, and to be, I call it happy festivities. It's nice to watch the kids open the presents, the swallows.
Always, yes.
That's always exciting. Yes. But at the same time, though, it's that whole thing of just being thankful and understanding the reason for the season. I think the biggest thing is helping our children, us being men of God, to help our children understand the reason for the season. Because I don't know about you, whatever I do, Jackson want to do. So it's the copycat syndrome. So I was sitting down looking at my Bible. So he said to me, Dad, I want a Bible. So what do I go do? We go get him a kid's Bible. So then I'm looking at my Bible. He sits down beside me, open up his kid's Bible, and he's doing the same thing. And I think if we don't show the reason for the season, no one else in the household will get the reason for it. Now, single moms, don't beat us up. We love you too. I do. We love you too. We know that you showing the reason for the season too. So don't
question.
Don't hit us up on cancel them. They ain't talk about me.
Well, we wouldn't be here if we didn't have praying mothers. So
there you go.
Let's get that out there right now.
Oh, that's a show right there. See that?
That's it.
That's a show right there. As they say, someone prayed for me. See, I almost got it. Kept me on his. See, I almost got started. Took the time and prayed for me.
Well, you know he on the main line, so that'll
See?
bring all that in.
Oh my goodness. Oh my goodness.
That'll bring that in.
But yeah,
So,
no, man, no. And everyone, hey, we want you to know this is episode 16.
Wow.
God has been good. He has been good. We've come a long way, and it's the end of the year, so we're excited. So we wanted to show you we want to talk about the reason for the season, and
definitely. And I tell you, especially preparing for this episode,
yes,
gave me a moment to really think about it. And like I said, the reflection part of it.
mm-hmm, mm-hmm.
But now I'm at the point of moving forward.
Yes,
moving forward. So I know Christmas is, we're a week away. Actually, a week away.
A week,
A week, man.
a week
it's almost
away.
We're
You blink your eyes.
man. Yeah.
We're gonna hit this weekend, and
so
it's gone.
as we look forward to that, I just feel. I was thinking about today about one of the things that you had said the last episode when we were talking about switching it up.
Mhm,
When we were talking about instead of buying so many gifts, taking a trip.
taking a trip.
And I mentioned that to my wife, the same thing. And you know how you save up
Yep.
to buy gifts. You can put that money on a cruise. You can put that money on a trip to Disney World. You can. It's so many things. Starting in January, February, that type of thing, you can start saving that, and yeah, you can get something small, something meaningful to go along with that. But I think, like what you said, that the memories behind
memory.
taking a trip during Christmas time will last so much longer than anything that you could buy, a toy or an outfit or something
Yep.
like that. It'll last so much longer.
It's
I
about
think
looking
I
back
think
over
you're
those
right.
pictures, and you're like, man, I remember. And now we got the cameras with the video,
Oh,
and
my goodness.
and you could take those clips, and again, it's about the meaning of the whole thing. It's not about all the flashy lights and ooh, I just
Right.
got this thing.
Right.
It's about to me, it's the experience.
Yes.
You know, it's about the experience. I actually sort of kind of miss, and I know you remember back in the day. You remember, oh my goodness, Reverend Milton used to have service. You remember Pastor Milton used to have service
Oh, yeah.
back in the day, 15, 20, back in the day.
At my church, they're going to have service as well.
Yes.
Yeah. They're going to have
and
service
so,
as well.
And
So,
it was just, it was those times, and we sing, those, to me, those, we got the new songs and stuff, but, the good old Holy Night, Night, those things. And it's about, ushering in the reason for the season.
That's right. That's right. That was that was it. The birth of Christ. It just makes it so we have something to look forward to. It lets us know that we have the victory.
And so
that's the key.
Jackson, he's walking around talking about, hey, Dad, an angel came down and said, Joseph, Mary, and baby Jesus is in the manger, and there's going to be a sign. And I'm like, okay. I'm like, I didn't teach you that. Where you learn?
Yeah.
Where you learn that from?
Hold on.
And so where you learn that from? And so he goes to a Christian school, so they were doing that. But it was nice that he's actually like really invested in this thing. He's like, okay, so tell me where, when, how did it happen? Okay. And then he walking around. Okay, an angel's coming down from the sky, you know, and it's nice to see that he gets that, you know, it's not about the gifts. Well, for him, he still want a gift, but
Well, he's a kid, but that right there embodies what Christmas is about. It's about hope.
yes, it's about hope.
It's about all. And see, at this early age, he's got it. He's got it, and that should make us all feel good
Yes,
that the next generation is getting it. And you know, it's so easy with everything that's going on in the world to get caught up in the negativity.
yes,
It's really easy to do that, and sometimes you're seeing a lot of different things. You see a lot of young people going the wrong way, but I think the truth of the matter, though,
hmm
is that there's more young people going the right way. There's more young people doing the right thing. I think the news likes to show the negative because that draws people to it. But I believe the truth of the matter is that there's more people doing right, more young people working and pursuing an education. There's more young people in college now than ever in history. That says something.
yes.
That's that says something. So that's all about hope. And if we're talking for the reason for the season, hope has to be right there. Hope has to be right there. And so with your son and so many other children, I had a teachable moment today with my kids
Okay,
talking
okay.
about Jesus. Obviously my
hmm
girls, young teenagers, their mind is some whole other place. But I look for those moments to bring them back in and let
yeah,
them know, remind them what this season is truly about, and that we should be thankful. So being hopeful and thankful is the foundation of what we should be celebrating and what we should be thinking about.
wow, man, I'm telling you, it just I get, like I said, I get excited. I actually get excited for the new year. You know
Oh my
that
goodness.
we made it through, and there's hope for something better on in the new year. There's hope
I tell you what,
that things will that things
think
will.
about where we were, what we were talking about last year at this time.
Oh my
Think
goodness!
think about our situation.
Oh my
I was thinking
goodness!
about that today too. We had the tree up and everything last year at this time, but we're the uncertainty of COVID.
That is true. That is true.
We had just spent a year homeschooling. We're
Ooh,
working from home. Everybody, the whole country working from home. Everybody having food delivered and all this stuff. Everything being dropped. Scared to go outside. Those type of things. Haven't seen people. Grown-ups haven't had an adult conversation
conversation.
in months. And just a year later. So here we are, a year later, and we're still dealing with some issues, but we have to say that we're in a better situation
In a better
than we were last
situation.
year.
Yes.
It's
Yes,
better. It's not ideal, but it's better than where we
it
were at.
is better. It is better. And for those, hey, it may not have been your year, but you know what? We know that next year can be.
Right.
My thing is that I know a lot of people who wind up carrying the bad from from the previous year into the new year. And and my thing is that it's a new year.
It's a new year.
You can do new things,
New year, new opportunities.
new opportunities. It's almost it's almost like being. It was one. I was talking to a minister of mine, and he said, he said, this is the time that I get more people wanting to get rebaptized. I know, right? They're right. They already been baptized, but they want to get rebaptized.
Yeah.
To go into the new year.
Yeah.
And I think of it's like that same thing. It's you know, it's that whole thing. You get a new start.
Well, yeah, that's a whole nother story right there. I don't think you need to be rebaptized, but if you just repent, I think you can move forward.
Well, no, they did, but it was just a whole. For them, it was more symbolic in nature.
Well, yeah,
Because they were just like, man, it was a rough. For some people, it was a rough year, and it was just like they wanted. They felt that in order for them to go forward, they want to be rejuvenated, and that was their way. That was their way of just like, okay,
yeah,
let's do this. Let's do this, and
fresh start.
A fresh start.
A fresh start.
I
get it. I get it. A lot of people have lost a lot of people. A lot of loved ones that was here last Christmas are not with us today.
I was just, oh my goodness. Yeah.
It's something to think about. It has been rough for a lot of folks, and they're still having it rough. But however, if we're here to talk about it, and if our viewers are at home, wherever they're at, listening to us, that means they're still here too. So here we go again. There's something to be thankful for. There's something to be hopeful for. Because one thing that we know for sure, there's nothing that we can change about yesterday, not the smallest thing. The only thing that we have control over is today, right now.
That's it.
And our plans that we can make for tomorrow. So there's no need of looking back. We have to keep looking forward. That's the only way we can make this thing. I think you go to the Bible, when Sodom was being destroyed, like the world is being destroyed. I believe that was Lot's wife who turned back and looked back.
Yep.
And she turned to stone. And I think a lot of times that we get consumed with looking back at what's going on in the world. And because we look back of what's going on, the destruction of the world through sin as we know it, our hearts and our minds begin to turn to stone. So what we need to do is look forward. We need to look forward with hope and expectation. And this time of the year, the birth of our Savior who sacrificed himself and didn't have to do it. Viewership, you want to look at John 3:16, it tells the story. It's all about a love story. And this is when we celebrate that and what was done on our behalf. And because he didn't have to do it. And so if we can just let our kids know that they're blessed because they're here and they have an opportunity, they have a choice in life to do and be whatever they want to be, if they're willing to work hard for it, that there will be blessings along the way. All you have to do is just believe and keep moving forward. So this is a wonderful time. Wonderful time of year.
Wow.
And the closer it gets to Christmas, I get like a kid. I get like a kid as well. My expectation is I want to get to the tree. I want to see what's under the tree. I do. Funny thing though, have you ever noticed? So you open up the presents.
Yes.
And then everybody separate and go in their own
room. That's
they
right.
go in their own little corner with their stuff.
Ain't nobody sharing nothing. They're like, wait a minute.
No. You just go. Go.
This
take
is
your
mine.
Stuff. You go play with your stuff. Even grown-ups, you go play with your stuff.
Oh,
and
man, that's
you
so
like
funny.
Separate until somebody gets hungry. Then that's a whole nother story.
That's a whole other story.
Yeah, the reason for the season. Very clear.
Reason for the season. Hey guys, again, we want you guys. We are going to turn it up next year.
Oh,
so we want some engagement. We want to hear from you. We want you. We gonna have you to be able to call in, hit us up, send us a comment, send us a question. I mean,
Yes.
we are really gonna turn it up next year. But we
And
want
subscribe.
you
Subscribe. We need
hit
you to
that
subscribe.
button. Hit that
Subscribe.
button.
We need
hit
to
that
know
button.
we on the right track. We need to know we having the right type of conversations, that you're listening, that you're enjoying it, that is funny, that is thought provoking, that you want to hear more of it. Let us know.
Yes.
And the way you can let us know is to like and subscribe.
Like and subscribe. We're gonna put some stuff up for you so you can find out how to locate us, where we at, online.
That's it.
And again, guys, we want you to realize the reason for the season. It's not
Yes.
about the gift. It's not about everything, but there is the reason. It's Jesus. That's
it.
the reason for the season. Well, my
That's
brother,
it.
hey man, this is the end of the year.
This is it.
This is it.
Yeah.
So you guys
Wow.
come on. We want to see you and keep looking to what? Now
What's happening?
Okay, I'm going to some more Christmas music.
Oh, that's it.
There you
That's
go.
it right
There you
there.
go.
Listen, you need to be playing some Santa Claus Go Straight to the Ghetto. That's what we need to be playing.
See, if I do that though, they be like, oh, copyright.